Hi, my name is Will, and welcome to Work Like a Genius. My study of extraordinary people started nearly 40 years ago when I took a group of executives to a workshop called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. At the time, it was completely unknown, led by a professor named Stephen Covey. It took me 8 months to convince him to leave the university and start a business together, in which we took the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People to millions of people around the world. About 10 years ago, I helped found the advisory board of the Human Performance Institute, which was founded by Dr. Jim Loehr, a pioneer in performance psychology. There at the Institute, they study what the biological and psychological factors are that really drive extremely high, extraordinary human performance. And over the last 2 years, I've combined 2 studies. One of the daily habits of over 150 geniuses in arts and science, and also the study of the 100 greatest people who've really changed the world. These range from politicians like Lincoln and Gandhi to explorers like Magellan and business leaders like Edison and Steve Jobs. What I was looking for is the daily pattern of work and the habits of geniuses who are extraordinarily productive, extremely creative, and also personally happy. I know a lot of us think about geniuses as kind of madmen who wander off in the woods muttering to themselves. But that's not really the case. What I've found is that most geniuses were relatively ordinary people. Of course they're bright, but not even that extra bright. What they were extra motivated to really make a difference. And what I was looking for is how did they live their life to maximize their productivity, to really drive their creativity, and also be happy on a day-to-day basis. And what emerged were 3 factors: how they thought, how they worked, and the techniques they used to make an extraordinary contribution. Then I tied these common habits of genius to what we've learned through evidence-based science about our brains and our bodies and what creates peak performance. And that's what this series is all about. Short videos and simple challenges that you can apply right away. And here's the first principle of genius. It's simply this: do you have a promise? Do you have a difference you really want to make? A promise compels you to act. It's much bigger than just living with purpose or meaning in your life, although that's certainly what we all need to live with. But geniuses have a promise, as if they have a gift to give, if they've come here for a reason, a sense of calling, a difference they really want to make that's as specific as their fingerprint. When you're driven by your promise, you have no contentment unless you give it. You're restless. You are raging to make the difference that you feel you're designed to make. Now, in doing this for nearly 4 decades, I can only tell you this, that I believe that everybody has a gift to give, everybody has a difference to make. Aristotle put it this way: the best lived life is one in which you fulfill your unique nature in the pursuit of a noble purpose. Abraham Maslow called it self-actualization, the full realization of the highest self that you have to make a difference that matters to you and to others. Your promise is what you would do if all jobs paid the same. It's what drives you to learn, master, and contribute. To make your difference, that's the foundation of genius. And when this burns inside you and becomes a promise, it will give you grit. And grit is what you will need to see it through. During this series, I'm going to give you challenges. Your first one is to answer this question. Here's how I want you to do it. Every night before you go to bed, ask yourself this: what difference do I deeply desire to make? When you wake up in the morning, write the answer down. Do that 3 nights in a row and see what you learn about what's in your heart.